G'day guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be doing an on-the-wrist review and answering the question, should you buy the new Tissot PRX Parametric 80 38mm in titanium? And I opted in for the one in the anthracite gray dial with the rose gold accents on the hands and indices. So, its biggest selling points is its biggest marketing gimmick. New case model in terms of size and new materials. The case diameter of 38mm is absolutely perfect. It is the best one out of the 40 and 35 mils for a lot of people out there. If you're a woman, you typically would want to go for the 25 or the 35 mil. If you're a dude, 35 mil or 40 mil. However, the in-between is where it's at, because for a lot of guys out there and women, the 40 seems goofy because it's too big. It overhangs their wrist. It's just a touch too big. And for a lot of modern dudes out there, the 35 is too dainty. I like the dainty look. I like that Italiano swag, if you get my drift. However, because the PRX is such a bold design with that vintage inspiration, this really does let the model itself shine from an aesthetics point of view. The dimensions of this is again 38mm in diameter. You've got a sub 10.98 or 11mm in thickness, and lug to lug is actually about that 43 odd mil. However, the true lug to lug is 49 and some change because the end links don't articulate, meaning that they don't go fully flat. And as a wearing experience, because the dimensions are very Goldilocks-like, like just right, it sits really flat on the wrist. As you guys can see here, it's very flat. It'll fit underneath the dress cuff and it suits many different occasions, from casual, business, formal, whatever it is. I wore this to work in a suit, looked the business, because it's very low key, especially with its aesthetic designs and colors, which I'll get to in a minute. I wore it casually, just bumming around. No one really actually batted an eye or, gave a shit essentially, because it's not flashy, it's a watch. It's a nice looking watch that does the job. 80 hours power reserve, and the accuracy is fine. I haven't put it on my timographer. However, it's better and it performs better than any of the Cartiers I've ever had. Funnily enough, go figure. Speaking of comparisons with Cartier, it fits so much better because you have so many links to play with in terms of full links and half links. I've been able to get a perfect fit straight away. I haven't had to fuck around with it. I haven't had to adjust it myself. This is what it looks like on my 16.7, 16.8 centimeter wrist. And as you can see what I mean? I'm jerking off some ghosts right now. It's not going down my wrist. It's very comfortable. And I've worn this in very hot days when my wrists have swollen up. It's fine. When my wrists swell up, I don't feel like I'm choking my wrist, if that makes sense. I don't feel like that it's just, suffocating, so to speak. So there's another positive there. In terms of its aesthetics, I went for the gray dial variant because I wanted to get a watch that fits some more check boxes that I had in my weird mind. I wanted an integrated sports watch, I wanted a titanium watch, and I wanted something with a gray dial. So this saved me tens and thousands of dollars because I don't have to fuck around with the IWC Ingenue anymore. I love the watch, it's just too expensive. I don't have to go down Grand Seiko titanium anymore because, again, I like Grand Seiko, especially the Shunbun, but too fucking expensive. For a fraction of the price, this saved me a lot of headaches trying to get those pieces, essentially. And look, it sounds as if that I'm glazing over this watch. I'm glazing over it. I'm not paid by them. I got this out of my own hard-earned gift cards. But it is popular for a reason, and I don't consider this watch as a luxury watch. I consider it as a fast-moving consumer good watch, touching that luxury doorstep essentially, because it's so accessible. $1,435 retail Australia in Aussie dollars. That's a great price point because its competitors, and some of my viewers in my last video told me, you've got the Citizen Sierra, but they're around that 40 mil, which is, it's a bit big. You've got the Nevada Gretchen, which hovers around that 37 mil, but it's twice the price. And you've got the Christopher Wards, where the price point's similar, but you got to import that bitch from the UK. So if you don't live anywhere in the UK that you can access a CW, you're pretty much fucked. Now, because you can find these watches basically at any jewelry store that sells watches, any big box department store like your David Jones or Meyer. Shit, you can walk into a David Jones right now and pick this up. That's the reason why I say it's not really a luxury watch, so to speak, and that's not a bad thing. This is a perfect watch for someone getting into the hobby, wanting a nicer watch, upgrading from a piece of shit Daniel Wellington. It's perfect for someone that has a collection that just wants something to rotate with. It's a great watch. Like, there's many people out there that would suit this watch. Now, if you don't have a PRX, I reckon you should pick one up, give it a try, and if you don't like it, sell it off, because it's not that expensive that you'll lose so much money on it, especially if you can get something with a discount, right? And there's many big box stores out there, department stores, that always have some sort of code that gives you 10, 15, 20% off. You're definitely are able to actually get this with some form of discount, so to speak. So look, without rambling on too long and answering the question definitively, should you buy this? The answer is yes. It is a solid piece. There's not that many cons out there to speak of. And yes, it isn't the most luxurious watch. Yes, it comes with pins, and I fucking hate pins. However, it's just an easy watch to live with. And I think that's the motto I'm gonna title this video. It's an easy watch to live with. It's just something that's no nonsense. You pick the bitch up, it's still running, 80 hours power reserve. You take it to the water, 100 meters water resistant. It runs out of windy wine, boom, 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 done. It's got a date function in it. That titanium is beautiful. I like the fact that it has that brushed steel look, that it looks very matte or muted with the bracelet. However, the light play emphasizes and attracts your eyes to the dial because the polished bezel is a great contrast with the actual matting itself on the case and the bracelet. It's just beautiful, especially with the waffle dial and the colors. Minor con, in direct sunlight, the dial does get washed out. You can't see the Tissot logo anymore, but fucking whatever, man. Who actually gets hard over a Tissot logo? Let's be honest, it just says Tissot, it doesn't matter. What matters is the overall package. And it's a great package. You've got also a bloody sapphire display case back. I don't even have that with my fucking day-date, bro. Like, it's nice. It's a nice watch. And look, as a first dip in the watch collecting hobby, spending, $1,000 plus, I think it's the perfect watch. If I was to start a collection as a newbie, as a fresh 20-year-old getting my first big boy job, I'd pick this up straight away. Next from there, I'd pick up a Hamilton, the khaki filled Murph, or yeah, the Murph. Yeah, the Murph is going to be the second pick. And then I'll pick up a Seiko GMT and I'll be done. That'll be it. That's going to be sweet. Bob's your uncle. We can move on to the next price tier from there. But that's the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Take care. Blah, 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 blah.